So we're live and just making sure that this is working. It says it's waiting for us. Okay, we're up. Okay, so this is our live critique with Lisa from the Milky Way. So Lisa, welcome. Thank you for being here. We have, I think, 6 or 7 images to critique today, but let's start with, can you give us a little bit about yourself?
Sure. My name's Lisa. I am the co-owner of the Milky Way. We started the Milky Way way back in 2012. So we're going on, I think, our 12th, 13th year. We're actually in the process of doing our 10th annual online newborn retreat that starts tomorrow. So we're really excited in Milky Way world, getting everything underway there. I'm also a photographer with Milk and Honey Photography. I started my photography business way back in 2009. And I also am a podcaster of the Art and Soul Show, where I just chat with photographers on life, messy business, on all that messy in between. So I do a lot of things and I have a lot of fun. And I have been with APMNPI, I think, since inception. And I love coming on and just getting to chat with you guys and being able to help and serve your community too.
That's awesome. Yeah, I photographed my first newborn in 2009, and I was just talking to my sister today. It was actually my sister's best friend's daughter, and she just got her driver's license yesterday. So I was like, "Oh my gosh,
yeah,
this is a post."
Right? I know.
So,
it blows your mind.
It's been a while. Yeah.
Like how quickly.
Yeah.
It's almost like the years between 2020 and 2025. I'm like, I don't know what happened, but I don't know how it's been 5 years.
Well, yes, I know. I mean, the world stood still in 2020, and I still don't understand that time did move forward.
No.
So it is wild. Yeah, so very cool. Well, thank you for sharing all that. It sounds like you're into a lot of things and very helpful things for the community. So that's always appreciated. I'm going to go ahead and share my screen, and let's see. We're going to get started on some of these image critiques. Oh, let's that one there. All right. Cool. Can you see that? Is that like,
I can
also see this funny video? There we go.
Awesome. Oh, well, number one, I just want to commend everyone who has submitted their images for critique, because I know how hard it is to put yourself out there. It is scary. It is nerve-wracking. So number one, no matter what you even post or even what you create, being brave enough to show up and show up for yourself and saying, you know what, I am putting myself out there. I just need to commend you on that. So when it comes to this image, let me see. It's a little pixelated on my end, but I think we were talking a little bit. We may have some internet issues. I love the detail in this image. I love that we've got the details of the one. I got the lights in there. What I love is connection. So what I'm looking for the most, and it almost looks to me, the eyes are just going off to the side slightly, maybe looking at mom behind the camera, maybe looking at a toy or something just to get baby's attention. My goal with this sitter age is always to have that connection looking right at the camera. So I make insane noises to get these babies to look at me. I typically don't use toys or anything. My goal really is to get them to look right down the barrel of my camera, right into my lens, to get that connection. Now, as far as lighting goes, you've got some really nice dimension on the light, but what I would have loved is just turning baby a little bit closer to the light. We're getting a little bit too much shadow, I think, on that far side. And I prefer more of a, I guess, less 90-degree lit and more of like a 45-degree lit light. But I love all the details in here. Cake smashes are so fun. And with cake smashes, you honestly never know what you're going to get. You could have a baby that's completely terrified of the cake, completely terrified of you. So the fact that you even got baby in the frame is also just like chef's kiss. So that would be my like critical critique, but you are definitely on the right track, and I'm really proud of you for submitting.
So yeah, I love this. I love the colors. I love how it pops. And yeah, I'm seeing like that shadow, like you said. So certainly. And I agree, Lisa, like my pet peeve with children's photos is that like the looking up at mom. This one is like, it's pretty close. So I've got to say, like, that's
the hair.
But it's like all about like having those toys or whatever, just like right in the right spot. Or yeah, making crazy noises. I sneeze a lot or
Yes,
like
the
peekaboo.
fake sneezing and the fake coughing. Yeah. Have you tried I think it's called the neural filter, and it's in Photoshop, and you can actually take the eyes and you can
Oh
change the
yeah.
direction. It is so cool. I've just started
I
playing with
saw
that a
that
little bit.
somewhere and then I couldn't remember where it was. I'm
Yes,
like,
it's a
yeah, there's some
neural filters, neural filters.
there's some
Mhm.
wild stuff coming out,
Oh,
like
it's
with all of
incredible.
AI that like it really helps bring those things, you know, bring those things in. Great. But yeah, so really pretty image overall. Cake smash sessions are a mess, but they're
Yeah,
fun.
totally.
All right, let's see. So if I close that, what happens? Oh no. Okay. I think I shared wrong. So we'll try. Oh, the whole window. That's what we want. Okay. All right. So now we have this newborn
Oh.
photo. Oh, I think same maker, but
Same
here, I'll
here,
make
yeah.
sure.
Oh
Yeah.
my goodness. So cute. Those colors. Yummy, yummy, yummy. I think for me personally, I just want to see the baby brightened up just a little scooch. Like I probably would have grabbed like the brush or like I mostly work in ACR. I know how to use Lightroom too, and the tools are really
Mhm.
interchangeable. But they have the new one where you can just select the subject. I probably just would have grabbed the subject and maybe just increased my shadow a little bit and maybe increased my highlights just a bit and maybe the exposure maybe at plus 15 just to give it just a little bit more pop there. But it could be just also how I'm seeing it from my end. I've got a really bright screen right now. Um, you've done a really good job. The posing, mwah, chef's kiss. You've done an incredible job there. I love the little squishy cheeks. And what I love too is you've got great placement with the hands. A lot of the time we end up with like smushy cheeks or like crooked lips. You've done a really good job. And I love the little pucker that we've got here. It almost looks like you've just like popped the soother right out. And I love the detail of the little heart. Looking great. I love the side light. You've done a really, really, really good job.
Yeah, the like you said, the chin over the hands, still able to see the fingers, and
Mm-hmm.
then like, oh, just being able to see the whole jawline. I
Yeah.
mean, I struggle with that, so this is beautiful.
Yeah.
So yeah, overall, beautiful image. I love the colors. I like how the colors are, go together. My one little thing, like maybe this one, like it's drawing my eye. I guess that's like a fur.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but it's nice and soft and it all goes together. So I
Yeah.
really can't complain about anything. It's
Totally.
beautiful. All right, let's
Yeah.
see
Great,
who's
great
next.
skin tone from my end too.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, I love Christmas themed setups.
Christmas.
Beautiful. Now for me, honestly, I would love there to be, and this is maybe just my editing preference, so take this with a grain of salt. I love there to be a little bit more of a vignette around the baby, so your eye is naturally drawn to the center, especially because you are using those white colors there. So I actually probably would have done like a curves layer, brought down my exposure, or not exposure, my center one, whatever the center one is in the curves, brought it down a little bit, erase baby back in, because I love that we've got that beautiful highlight. We maybe just a close to blowing out those whites. It might be just a hair close.
Yeah.
It's just hard to tell from my end. But I love the baby's skin tone. It's looking really good. I love the lighting. You've done a really great job. I love the wrap. It looks neat and tidy. You did a really great job there. But I think just creating that spotlight on the baby, I think would just make it pop even more.
Cool. Yeah, I agree. The fingers here holding the little buddy are
I'm like
perfect.
totally doing it myself over here.
Yeah, I'm like, oh, I just want to be in there. That looks cozy. It's been rainy
Totally.
here. I can't complain. I'm in California, I
I
know,
love
but
it.
it's cold.
I love it. Well, I am in
uh,
British Columbia in the middle
I
of
know.
winter. Yeah.
It's probably really actually cold there, but we're feeling it here. It's like 50 degrees anyway. The one thing that does catch my eye, well, there's two little things. The first is like, yeah, I think right here at the end of this wrap, it's a little bit blown out. It's
Yeah.
very bright. And then just right here, this little like hair from
Oh, yeah. Let me just
the
increase my screen
the
size.
fiber coming down. I probably would have retouched that out, even
Yeah.
this one, but because it's like on the hat, it's not as noticeable, but just this
Mm-hmm.
little one,
Yeah.
that's really picky. This is a beautiful image, but, you know,
Yeah.
just a little bit of constructive criticism there.
Right.
But yeah, I love the colors. It goes really well together. Good Christmas image that isn't too like in your face Christmas. So
Mm-hmm.
I like
Mm-hmm.
that. I like that a lot. Cool. And then we have this one here. Oh, sweet baby girl.
Well, I would say tushy up is probably one of my favorite poses. And with the tushy up, what we want to do is you actually want to take that back side and you want to kind of gently nudge that little, like the bottom foot, that's like the toes that are poking over. You want to sort of have baby a little bit higher up on their knees and bring that over a little bit more. And then booty will pop up a little bit more. And the goal really is with the tushy up is to get the knees and the elbow connecting. So for me, I would kind of bring that tushy a little bit further forward and bring the arm lower down a little bit and then just under the chin and cheek and sort of turn the face a little bit more towards the camera. That's me being super picky. Sometimes babies have a different idea of what they want to do. So the fact that you even got baby in this position is a total win. What I also would do is instead of having the material all sort of just behind baby's bum, I like to sort of wind it up and trail it up off into
Here.
and sort of instead of it being sort of like a clump of fabric, it ends up sort of fading out, especially if you're shooting at a fairly wide open aperture. I love the skin tone. I love the lighting. I love that you can see baby's full lips and nothing is smooshed. And your whites look really, really good. I'm not seeing really any areas that I would consider to be blown out from my end on my computer. So it's looking really good. So I think the tweak is just in the pose. And but you've done a really, really, really good job.
Yeah, I think this is lovely. I agree. This is, I mean, it's not an easy pose. I think this is nice. Like any parent is going to love this because
100%.
like they're not hearing that the elbows and knees should
Gosh,
touch.
no.
I have heard that for 16 years,
I
but
know.
sometimes it doesn't happen.
Gosh,
I do love the little toes out here. The heel, something about it might be bugging me. I don't know. I don't know I'm trying to picture how it could be a little different. Just maybe if it was bent in more, if that knee was brought up more, you might see a little more of the foot and not just the heel.
It would be more if you brought it up and had brought it forward, it would be sort of parallel and you'd see more of
Yeah. So that's the only thing there, but looks nice and relaxed.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it looks effortless. It's not, but it looks effortless.
Yeah.
But yeah, overall, beautiful,
Great job.
beautiful image. And we have another little sitter one.
Goodness, is this like a little hobbit?
Yeah, that giant ring. I love it.
Oh, I'm dead. So cute. So cute. And I'm trying to see, it's looking like we've got eye contact, but again, my screen is really, it's hard to tell. I'm a sucker for that. I just want that connection because it draws the viewer in. Like you just want that connection right with your baby there. I think I'm not sure what it says behind the baby on so I think I may have just cloned that out because I'm trying to read it versus looking at his adorable little face. And I'm not sure if that ring is real or it's been placed there. That's hard to tell. Yeah.
Like
it's a really neat, it's a really neat concept. Actually, I've actually never seen this done before. I love the outfit, and I think you've executed it really well. I just don't know what the top here says too. So I think my brain just has a whole bunch of questions on what's going on in the background, and so I actually might either blur it out or just simplify it a little bit. Yeah, but as far as lighting goes, your lighting looks really good. We've got some good dimension. It almost actually looks like we're being lit from both sides. Is that right? It looks like there's some light coming from behind.
Possible.
Do you see that too?
Yeah.
I'm like, where's that?
I mean, I'm seeing like
a
reflection here, so maybe this side.
Maybe it's just a reflection from over there. Anyway, my brain is like, where's the lights? Where's the light coming from? I have a wonder, I guess. I like just using one light
I'm
typically.
only seeing one catch light, but
Yeah, so I'm just like
but
curious on this
yeah.
light on the backside where that right there, where that's coming from. But great job. Really great job.
Yeah. Yeah, I think like for me, like the the gem of this photo is the baby, which is,
Yeah.
I mean, like that's my opinion is that's how it should be. He is, or I think he is looking right. It
Yeah.
appears right at the camera. I love that you can see his little teeth. The expression is perfect. Like we can't make these things happen, but being able to like capture it at the right time is what it's all about, and having that connection. So great expression, great pose. I like when they're turned to the side a little bit so that it isn't like their feet forward. So sometimes
Mhm.
like I'll fall into this too, sit them down and their feet are like just coming at me. So the turn to the side is perfect. The background for me is a little distracting. I know what it says because it's Hobbiton and like that makes sense, but I would have either like made sure that that was in it
Mhm.
or crop it out, or like Lisa said, like just
Yeah.
blur it out. It's maybe important for the photo as far as like it's part of the theme, but I think you would know even if you were on a like solid backdrop,
Mhm.
that this was like a little hobbit. So super cute. Yeah, I'm curious about the ring too, but because I feel like it's big, but I don't know if it's like a large
I know
plastic
like
ring or like
the lighting's matching really well. So that's why my brain's like, oh, it
yeah,
looks pretty good there. So
yeah.
I don't
So
know.
maybe the maker can comment and let us know about that ring because I've got questions. But yeah, it's a super cute image.
I love it.
I think we have just one more. Oh, is there two? There's two more. Okay, so
Oh,
you've got a little family newborn one here. Oh, that little
oh, I mean
big brother.
the expression between the big brother and the baby, like you, you can't beat that, right? So like
Yeah.
as far as posing and cropping go, I would pull back. I want to see more of their bodies. That's just how I shoot typically, just because we've got a bit of a hand crop and I'm not sure what's happening on the shoulder, whose hand that belongs to. So I try to avoid having ghost hands in my pictures, especially with family photos, maternity. Sometimes you just can't tell whose hand belongs with who, and it can get a little confusing. So I would crop back a little bit so we aren't chopping hands at all. But I love this. Everybody's looking at this new baby. The baby looks like it's connecting with brother. Your lighting looks really nice. So I think you've done a really, really good job. I think the crop would probably just be where I would improve.
Yeah, I agree. The crop, for me, if baby's eye was closed, that would do it for me.
Yeah.
That'd be great, but we can't control those things. Like the expression that I think Big Brother is bringing to this is everything. So, and I like everyone's face is lit nice,
Mhm.
so you can
We
see
could
them
add just a
all.
scooch more light, maybe
Yeah,
just on brother's face, just a bit.
on brother, yeah, but
Yeah.
but you can see his
Yeah.
expression, and that's
Yeah.
sometimes like I don't know, for me more often than not it's dad that like gets stuck in the shadows. I don't know
Yeah.
why. So like the fact that he's lit well, I'm like you
Whatever.
did good. I can't do that. But that's it's a beautiful moment.
Yeah.
Yeah, not yeah, my only thing like yeah, the crop, but I'm wondering if this is like taken in a tight space,
Yeah.
but just a reminder that like uh, editing software is pretty rad now. So like, don't be afraid to take
Totally.
that pullback shot, even if you're like, oh, it's so ugly over there, and how am I going to do that? Like, take both, and you can always crop a bigger image, if like you absolutely can't figure
Yeah.
out how to edit it. But there are so many options, and so like keeping your options open, I guess, as far as like when you
Mhm.
shoot, so that you have that pullback shot, especially like if parents want to put this on a canvas, like unfortunately that's real difficult because then we lose even more of the photo. So just a
100%.
reminder there. But beautiful moment, beautiful light. I like the colors. I like that mom is, in a color, like she stands out, she did all this. It's great. Mom should shine, that's
Totally.
personal opinion
Totally.
there.
Love it.
And then
Awesome.
you have this little
All
girl.
right. Aw. Okay.
Are we seeing? I think this is the whole image. Yeah.
I
Is it
think
square?
It's almost maybe, I'm not sure if it's my screen, but it almost looks like we've got like the bottom half looks kind of brown white and the top half
Mhm.
is like blue
Yeah,
white. So I'm
I'm
not sure
seeing
what's
that
happening.
too.
You're seeing that too. So I'm not really just
Yeah.
sure what's happening with your whites there. One way that you can make whites white is just lasso around and pull up curves a little bit. And you can just paint over, or you can even use levels just to lasso around it and just increase your whites. Or you can even go into camera raw filter, duplicate your layer, increase your whites and brightness and stuff. So it's so many ways to do everything in Photoshop.
Yeah, and
Um, and
Lightroom has that
Lightroom.
background
Yeah.
select now. That's
Yep.
like a gem. But it is definitely like there's a half and half. So if you did that on the
Yeah.
full background, I would say you I don't know, unless you
Yeah.
make them
You
stark
have to
white.
like duplicate
Um,
maybe.
yeah, you might, yeah, just
Mhm.
and you know what? I'm seeing it more in the smaller, like in the
Mhm.
replicated photo than in the larger one.
Yeah.
So that's just you know, sometimes when things get smaller, like you can see
Mhm.
like a more definitive line than when they're bigger because it like the pixels being
Yeah,
what they are spread out. So it might just have not been seen when editing if
totally.
you're editing full screen. So just yeah.
That's one thing that I do now is I always take my edited images and I like airdrop them to my phone so I can look them small on the
Oh yeah,
screen before I post them. Because I'm like,
that's a good point.
am I missing anything? Is my eye going to where I want it to go?
Because everybody's looking at them on the phone, so it's
Right?
important to know what they look
Yeah.
like there.
Yeah. Right. I'm like, does
That's a
this look
good
good?
point. And all
As
my
far
different devices have different color, you know,
right?
like profiles. And I'm like, wait a second, that looks
Yeah.
so good on my computer. And it'll look so good in print, but it is not looking good on the
No.
iPad, you know? So, yeah.
One thing I might say is just I want a little bit neater hands, I think. I know it's really hard sometimes with babies because they definitely have a mind of their own with their hands. Some babies are just clenchers and they don't want to unclench. Those are the babies I typically will give like a lovey or a stuffy because that's the only thing I can really do with those little hands. So yeah, I just want to see them stacked a little bit more. And I think I'd like to see the bow just a little bit more centered, just in the center of baby. It looks like it's either a flower or a bow. I can't quite tell, but it looks like it's. I love to wrap with stretchier materials because I find that they're a lot easier. There's a lot more give, and I can tuck and when I'm working with laces or something that has a little less stretch, it's a little bit harder to get that seamless look. So just be playful with your materials, I guess, that you use. And I really like what you've done with this bow or flower. I think it's a bow.
Yeah, I think
But
so.
I think I'd like to just be centered, just square on. But other than that, and then the banding that we've got going on the backdrop, you've done a really great job. We can see baby's face. Your lighting looks really quite good. I'm seeing some highlight on the lip that I love to see. So those are probably just be my critiques on this.
Yeah, I was gonna say, as far as the lighting goes, like the lighting on the face is really good. So that's, I mean, to me, the most important part. Um, and I don't think it's a lighting problem around the outside. I think it's just maybe a
I'm
little
not
bit
sure
of
what that
editing.
is. Yeah.
I don't know. I'm drawn to this shoulder here and even
Yeah.
here. Like this seems to have a white wrap underneath this lacy wrap,
Mhm.
which makes sense. But then this one has more layers built up on top of the white than this. And
Mhm.
so this to me is standing out a bit. It's probably something that could be edited in
Yeah.
Lightroom or Photoshopped, like just to,
Mhm.
um, how would I do that? I mean, I would probably color it, but
Yeah.
I would play around, just so that it more matched the in between the, like, embroidery
Yeah.
here, you know,
And you know what I would
bring
do
it to this
too is
color
that whole side so where like I would round it. I would pull it out with liquify and I just round it out a little bit more.
here.
Just right there. Yeah, just so it's
Yeah,
just a little bit more symmetrical.
yeah, but it's super cute.
Super well done.
It's sweet. The headband goes really nice with this too, which I like. So yeah, so I think that's all we have today. Let's see. I can look real quick to see if there's any more late additions. We've done these ones. If if anyone thinks that they submitted an image that I haven't gotten to, I've been trying to keep them straight. Um, oh, these ones are added, but I think this is the same maker.
I
So
think
maybe we'll get
so.
to those ones next time. Um, but yeah, so I think we're good for today. And then we will, we have another one on Friday morning. I think it's at 8:30 Pacific, so that's 11:30 Eastern. Right? So just a reminder to everyone to hop onto that one for our last critique before um, the accreditation submissions that are due on the 4th. So that's exciting. I'm going to be submitting. So hopefully a lot of people will submit their accreditations. And there's some commentary on the Facebook group as well about accreditations, and we're happy to answer questions. I know Tara Graham has been in there, and I posed a question. So if you have any questions for us, though, like feel free to ask, because we don't want you to be nervous about the process. It's really fun, and that's this critiquing the work just like we did. That's what we're going to do. And anyone that already submitted images for these critiques, you kind of have a leg up. So keep doing it. Add more before Friday, and get some feedback so you can do those accreditations. So yeah. So thank you, Lisa, for joining us. I'm going to end the live stream now. So have a good day, everyone.